Hey guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this top. It is plus size, top heavy, friendly. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so this is the top. My finished one. This one is for the right side. So the shorter tie in the middle, the longer tie on the end, strap tie, then the main part of focus. This will cover your areola or your nipple if you're not familiar with those type of terms. This will go from one side of the boob to the other side of the boob. It's so cute, y'all. It's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, so for this piece, this is first, this is second, this is third. Then you work all these straps as one piece, and that's the fourth piece. Pretty simple and easy, time consuming for sure. This will be the most complicated part, but yeah, so let me show you how to do that. Okay, so to start, we're going to make a magic ring, and we're going to place 12 double crochet in this magic ring. So we're going to chain 1, then do our 12 double crochet, and again I'm using a 4mm hook. But yeah, I'll meet y'all when I have my 12 double crochet. Okay, so now that I have that done, we're just gonna pull this tight, and we're gonna slip into the top of that first double crochet. Now in every double crochet space, so in each 12 of these spaces, in the front loop only, we're going to chain 2, double crochet 2, make sure you're working in that front loop, chain 2, then slip stitch. You should have a petal. So we're gonna do this again. We're gonna slip stitch to the next front loop, chain 2, double crochet 2, chain 2, then slip stitch into the same front loop. And we're just going to continue doing this until you reach the end of the row. So you should have a total of 12 petals of slip stitching, chain 2, double crochet 2, chain 2, slip stitch in the same space. And I'll meet you once I have this row completed. So now you should have this like bunched up flower. It's going to turn your piece around, and now we're going to work in the back loops. So you should have ended with a slip stitch into that first space. So now what we're going to do is just slip stitch to the back. We're going to chain 1, place a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in the next back loop, chain 1, double crochet in the next back loop, chain 1, and you're just going to do this till you reach the end, and you should end the row with a chain 1. So remember, just double crochet in the back loop and then chain 1, and I'll meet you once that's done. Okay, so now that row 3 is completed, we'll slip stitch to the top of that first double crochet, and you should have a total of 12 double crochet and 12 chain spaces, which will also be the equivalent of increasing a row. So you should have 24 spaces to work with. And now moving on to row 4, you're gonna want to slip into this first gap. Actually, working in the front loop only, you're going to want to slip into the first gap. You'll only be working into gaps, and we're going to repeat what we did for row 3, which is chaining 2, double crocheting 2, and chain 2, but we're going to slip into the front loop of the double crochet space. So you'll still have 12 total petals, but we're going to slip into the gap space, the front loop of that, chain 2, double crochet 2, chain 2, then slip stitch into the front loop of the top of the double crochet. And we're just gonna we're gonna continue doing this till we reach the end of the row. Okay, so now that we have our second row of petals done, you should have a total of 12 petals if you did everything correctly. And now we're gonna repeat what we did for row 3, which is, hold up, I can't even find it. Okay, here we go. You're gonna just slip stitch to the back, chain 2, no, I chain 1, yeah, chain 1, I'm gonna double crochet, and remember we're working in the back loops now, so yeah, you're gonna find every back loop and you're just gonna double crochet and chain 1. Once you finish, you should have a total of 24 double crochets and 24 spaces. But yeah, remember to work in a back loop, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 till you reach the end. You should end off with a chain 1, and I'll meet you once I have this finished. Okay, so now we'll be working the side since we have our middle section done. This should look like it'll all come together in the end. So we're gonna slip stitch to the top of that first double crochet. We're gonna chain 1, and in that same spot we're gonna single crochet. Then you'll single crochet in the next 6 spaces. So counting the gap, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet. So we started off in a double crochet, ended off in a double crochet. We have a total of 7 stitches. We're going to chain 1, turn, and we're just going to work a few rows until we have a total of 9 rows. Just gonna single crochet till you have 9 rows. So we have our first row, so we have our second row completed. Gonna do a few more of these. Third row completed, almost completed. I'm just gonna come back once I have my 9 rows of single crochet finished. So now that we have our 9 rows of single crochet, I'm gonna snip out the yarn and just tie it off. You can weave it in if you want to, but I work over my tails. So now we are going to work on the second side. So to do that, you're gonna count over 9 spaces from the end. So whichever end you ended off on, it should be the same either way, but I'm doing this end. Since we ended going this way, I want to continue. So we're gonna count over 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and go into the double crochet that's following it. Or you can count over 8 double crochet tops. So not the one you ended off in, but the following one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and go into the following double crochet. So you can do 9 spaces or 9 spaces or 8 double crochet tops, and then you'll just insert your hook into the following double crochet space. So you do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll be right here. And when I attach my yarn, I go into the front loop. Pull my yarn through, chain 1, then form my single crochet. Oops, single crochet should be through both loops. Why is this one not working? Okay, there we go, both loops. Then you're going to do the same thing you did to the other side. So you're going to do 6 more single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should be pretty much on the opposite side. And we're just gonna work for 8 more rows of single crochet, so you have a total of 9 rows of single crochet like you have on the other side. And I'm gonna come back once I have that completed. Okay, now we have both sides done. Cut off your yarn, tie it off. So you're going to insert your hook into the 4th single crochet, which is the middle. Now, why I keep messing up? I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is acting like this. Okay, we're gonna do a single crochet. But first, we're on these straps. These straps take so long to do. Well, not really. Yes, really. Yes, they do. Because you have to make your foundation, then you have to go around and work it. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. But once the straps are done, the piece is done. And all 3 of the straps, the mid strap, the back strap, and the shoulder straps are all done in one piece. So we're gonna single crochet in the last 3. What's going on? The last 3 available. Wow, I'm messing up horribly. We're gonna single crochet in the last 3 available spaces on this sidebar. Then you're going to chain 51. I'm gonna come back once my chain is done. Okay, so now that our chain 51 is completed, we're going to work in all 7 of these single crochet spaces, and we're just gonna single crochet across this space. I mean, across this portion, whatever. You know what I mean. Okay, so now that's done, let me pull out some yarn. Okay, that's gonna be that. Now we're going to chain 50. So I'll meet y'all once I have my chain 50 completed. Okay, so now that our chain 50 is completed, let me make sure this is straight. Okay, we are going to work the remaining 3 stitches that is on our first side. gonna slip stitch into the top. Okay, now these chains are very subjective depending on how you want your top to be. So we have the top and then we have the bottom. Alright. So the bottom the top we did 51. It's essentially 25 plus 1 to use for the top, and the bottom we did 50, which is essentially 7, 36. So the bottom, the sides, and yeah. So now we're gonna continue our base, our frame, that's what I'm gonna call it. We're gonna continue our form, and then we're gonna start our straps. So you're gonna want to chain 1 in that same space, place a half double crochet, then place a half double crochet in the remaining 3 spaces on that hook. Then we're only going to half double crochet in the next 25 chains. So I'm going to do 25, 25, then 7, 36, 7. So yeah, you're going to place a half double crochet in the first 25 chains on this hook only, and I'll meet you once I have that finished. So now to build our strap, we're going to place a half double crochet in the 26th. Yeah, in the 26th chain. I work in the 3rd loop, so that's why my piece is like this. And we're going to chain a total of 61, which will be our strap. And I'll come back once I have my chain completed. Okay, so this is our shoulder strap. So we're going to place a half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook and the remaining chains until we meet back at our frame, and I'll come back once I'm there. Okay, so now I'm back at the end. Remember to go in this chain space, which is your first chain, and once you make it back, you're going to place a half double crochet in that same chain space that you used to start. And our strap, and now you're just going to have double crochet down the remaining 25. Yeah, you're going to have double crochet down the remaining 25 stitches, and I'll meet you once we're back on the side section. Okay, so now we're going to have double crochet in these 7 side spaces. And 6, we're gonna place a half double crochet in the first 6 of these spaces. So yeah. Okay, so once you've worked in those first 6 chains, you're gonna place a half double crochet in the 7th. Then we're gonna chain up 41. Since we're working on the left side, we're working on our middle tie first, which is the chain 41. Then we'll be working on our back tie, which is a chain of 75. But if you're working on your right side first, you want to make your back tie first, so you'll chain 75. Then you'll come back and work on your middle tie, which is a chain of 41. So I'll meet you back once I have my chain of 41 completed. So my chain 41 for the middle tie is completed. In the 2nd chain from the hook, we're gonna slip stitch. And this is the middle tie, so it doesn't need as much support, but we're just gonna slip stitch down this entire chain, and I'll meet you once I have this completed. Okay, so make sure you catch that first chain that you did. You're gonna place a half double crochet in that same space, which helps to form our corner. Now you're going to have double crochet in the next 36, which is working our bottom. So you have total 36 crochet, half double crochet. So I'll meet you once my 36 half double crochets are finished. So now that our 36 half double crochets are completed, we are going to half double crochet in the next chain space, and we are going to chain up 75 since this is the strap for the back on the left side. If you were making your right side first, you already did your chain 75 and you will now be chaining 41, but I didn't and I'm working on my left side, so I'm going to chain 75 and I'll meet you back once I have that chain completed. Okay, so I have my chain 75 done, and in the third loop from the hook, in the third chain from the hook, we are going to half double crochet, and you're going to want to half double crochet until we come back down to our frame, and I'll meet you once I'm there. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to make sure we place the half double crochet in that first chain space that we made. Then you're going to half double crochet in the same space as the half double crochet that we did to start our chain, and you're going to half double crochet in the next 6 chain spaces and the 3 spaces on your side piece. Then you should be done. I want to come back once that's done. Okay, so since I have that finished, I'm going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet that we did. Yarn stops acting crazy. Okay, slip stitch, and I'm gonna slip stitch in the next one. I'm gonna cut off my yarn. I'm gonna knot it, and then I'm gonna weave everything in off camera. But to make sure everything is right, we're just gonna hold up. There we go. Gonna give it a little pull, and yeah, your bra top should be fairly triangular. As you see, we have stretch, but like I said, it's big girl friendly, top heavy friendly, you know. So we have our right side and our left side. Once it's done, I like to put it on and tie the mid straps first. So what I'm gonna do is slip knot the back. Then once you put it on and you have your front ties done, then you can just pull the middle ties, turn it, tie it, turn it back, and then do your shoulder straps. I always do my shoulder straps last because that's when I start to adjust the girls. But yeah, your top is done.